saw my kind of let's work it out video. I did decide to make a separate planner for my social media. So I am going to test it out starting this month. So we are going to take, this is the wellness planner. It was an 18-month, it is an 18-month planner from Balanced Soul. So I had July to December 2025. So we are going to take December out because December is, I am going to test this layout. If you haven't seen my 2024 to 2025 figuring it out video, I put a card for it up here somewhere. So I talked about deciding if I was going to use one of my classic size planners, or if I was going to use my cloth and paper spiral A5 size. So I kind of was going back and forth, and I said, well, let's give this, since I have a December, let's give this a go and see if it works. So I'm going to take out, let's just take out December. And this is gonna look crazy because I'm literally only gonna set up 1 month. So I said, for my social media planner, I need a calendar, I need a weekly, and I need note pages. So we're going to take this out, and I feel like I could just grab any random this. So I opted to speed things up because this video ended up being pretty long. So my thought process was that I just use some disc and then build out my planner from there. So I also have a lot of like miscellaneous and insert items from my cloth and paper sub box, as well as my Jane's Agenda sub box that I did. So especially with the cloth and paper, I think I had 6 or 7 months of sub boxes. So of course I had quite a few things. So I know that I most definitely wanted a monthly, and I know I needed some dividers and dashboards. So going through everything, I was like, I knew I had either top tab or side tabs. So I did still have my gray side tabs from cloth and paper that are a classic size. So they fit on here perfectly. Now this planner is going to be a mashup of several different pieces. And I challenge anybody to really pull out all of the things that you have in your stash before you decide to go out and buy anything. You guys hear me say, shop your stash, shop your stash. So you see, I went back and forth with the disc. The funny thing is, I went back and forth with the colors and ended up using not near one of the discs that were in that container, because I ended up pulling out my daily planner. So this is a daily planner that I got on clearance. It's a classic size, and it comes with a monthly sheet and then 30 days worth. I think it's either 30 or 31 days worth of daily pages. So my thought process was, I can use these daily pages to actually set up my to-do list for videos. So instead of using them for daily pages, I use them for YouTube video checklists. Like, record, this is a video idea I have. These are the items that I used once I recorded the video. Make sure I do a thumbnail. Did I put a link in the description? Did I write a description? Do I have a title? So I don't need all 4 months worth of dailies because, again, this is just a test run. So I just took out all of the extra daily pages with the calendar, kept about 10 pages. That'll be because the daily pages print front to back. So that gives me 20 sheets to set up for 20 videos. I don't quite do 20 videos a month. So for me, that's enough. And because this is going to be social media, I do want to put a divider so I can have a section for YouTube as well as a section for Instagram. I have a TikTok account, but I'm not really big on TikTok. And I also need a section for just notes because a lot of times with social media planning, I like to write things out. So the note paper I pulled out from a old Happy Planner notebook that I had. Again, this is a full mashup of several different items to make it work for what I needed it to work for. So I had one section of note paper. I have a section of daily sheets that I'm going to be using for my YouTube checklist. And then I have the wellness layout monthly and weekly in here. So I remembered I also had a top tab divider that came in a happy box that I purchased that I did use this last year for something completely different in my planner. Now, this is where I kind of was all over the place, but not all over the place. So I didn't necessarily need a weekly layout. I just needed something with the days of the week already listed in there. So that's why I used those individual sheets. That was I think that was part of it was also part of the apricot happy productivity box. And I always forget to pull that plastic film off a lot of times. And if I take it off the front, sometimes I forget to take it off of the back. So we're doing good. So that way I'm using that divider to split up my YouTube from my Instagram. You guys see, I always talk about post-it notepads. This way, I was able to really look and double check to make sure, hey, this is my thought process. This is what I said I was going to be planning for. Do I have everything in here that I need to use to plan for? So I did kind of go through and show how we'd be changing up the daily pages. So at the top of the daily pages, you do have a section that has date. So I opted to just write video and then what the theme of the video is going to be. And then our top 3 priorities are going to be, either record and edit if the video isn't already recorded, thumbnails, and then description and title. I covered up the today's focus and just wrote schedule over top of it. And then the 2 boxes at the bottom were used for other information like videos that I want to put in the iCard. And then the far right checklist I'm going to be using for links and to dos for the video that I need to get done. So that's how I'm going to be using the daily pages in here. So just a couple quick examples of, again, using the top 3, covering up where it says today's focus, and using this really as a checklist for each video. And that way I can brain dump. The calendar, once everything is scheduled, I'm going to be doing color coding. So that's why you see me taking out the dots. So once the YouTube video is scheduled, that's when I'll put a dot down on the calendar. And that way I can look to see, okay, what days am I actually posting videos and to create a consistent schedule. Now, the calendar that goes with the daily pages, my thought process is this is where I can write out what types of videos I want to record on a weekly basis. Like Plan With Me's are for me going to be on Sundays. My journaling, decorative journaling videos are Fridays. So that's what that's for. Now, the weekly pages I'm going to be using to actually write out for Instagram posts. So we're going to give it a go for the month of December. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope this was helpful. I would always say if you have the items, test out what you want to do before the new year comes. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and do all the things. Peace and blessings.